Mithrandir, I found you. It appears much has happened since I was summoned by the steward.
So the Honor Stone remained in the tower. I wondered if it was so.
The armies of Mordor have encircled the city, Pineleaf. The siege has begun. Yes, and I was just speaking to Denethor, and it appears that he has a palantir which he looked into, and I saw some rather grim scenes in there. So, the Anor Stone did remain within the tower. I wondered if that was so. Denethor has had a stubborn and strong will for all the years of his life, but if he seeks to gain some advantage over the enemy by using the palantir, Denethor is too occupied with his grief of Faramir to work any evil on that score. But he will also be no use to us in the defense of the city. Imrahil and I will mount the defense, and we will need your help. Alright, let's see. Alright, and you've got an earring for me for that.
There is no more leaving the city. Minas Tirith is surrounded.
The Morgul host has surrounded Minas Tirith, and the Pelennor field is filled with the weapons of war. They have not yet broken the gate, but there is still much harm they can cause, even from the position beyond the walls. Yeah, I can... I'm assuming this is from their weapons and not from rioting within the streets. You must do what you can to help the city's defenders. The Council of Gondor is in disarray. Go to the Dome of the Sun and learn what you can do to help communicate their resolutions. Lamlaw, the captain of tidings, will need help to send messages throughout Minas Tirith. Ingold is atop the wall to the north end of the third circle and will need you to manage his fear and the fears of the men behind the walls. Terror will be the greatest foe of our guardsmen, and they will need to master it if they are to mount an effective defense. The armies of Mordor have been using catapults and other siege engines to launch burning stones over the walls into the city. Find Rathan, the Warden of the Wells, in the sixth circle near the streets that leads up to the Citadel, and help him extinguish some of the fires before they can spread. Alright, let me get this straight. I need to go to the sixth circle to the Dome of the Sun. I need to go to Ingold, who's the Besieged. Rathod, who is on the sixth circle. And Ingold, who is in the third circle. Alright. Let me head to the third. I have no trouble finding this place when... I hope this... You know, I have no trouble getting lost in this city even when it's unbroken. Alright, to this third circle. Alright, I think I found him. Ingold, anything you need?
An icy chill grips my heart.
Pineleaf, an icy chill grips my heart, and it takes all of my strength to stand here at the walk. My heart quails, and would have me fly from my post in terror. The enemy has catapulted vile ammunition into the city. Heads they have taken from soldiers caught outside the walls, in the Pelennor and Talith Anor. The barrage has caused men to cast down their weapons, fleeing from the sight of friends and family returned in this horrible fashion. I am not immune to this weapon of Mordor. I have recognized the faces of the terrible rain. It was the fate of Barathant, Pineleaf, and I wept to see it. Can you gather up the weapons and shields that were dropped by frightened men and had fled their stations? We need that equipment and those men if they are to stand against the armies of Mordor. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Of course, he couldn't do it himself. He's standing right next to them. really, like a hobbit can hold 10 times as much as a tall man can. These things are heavy. Maybe that's why they abandoned them, not because of terror, but because they're so heavy. Alright, anything else? Ah, more this way. Look, he's next to all of them. Alright. Let's see. One more set. Of course, might not be the only set in the city, but this will do for now. Alright, here you go. What do you want me to do with them?
I do not blame them for running, but we need them to master their fear.
Thank you for gathering up that equipment, my friend. Now we need men to wield them once again. I do not blame them for running. Evil are the sights in war, but this is a worse than even a hardened soldier of Gondor could expect. But we must not give up hope. If the men who ran do not return and fight, they will prove great allies to the foes outside the city. Only by returning to their posts and facing their fears can they strike a blow against such evil. Find those men who ran. Tell them to return. We need every soldier of Gondor to master his fear and stand against the host of Mordor, where all is already lost. Right. And remember the rousing speeches I gave before. Not particularly rousing, if I recall correctly. Well, let's see. Now I gotta get off of this crazy wall. Right. Yeah. Oh. Alright. That's good. Now, are there any frightened soldiers around here? Oh, yeah. Looks like there are a couple of them. Hello there? Now, it might be a good idea to get back to the wall. Alright, I won't flee again. I hope so. Hello there. Oh, we really could use you on the wall. Oh, good day. Oh, could you mind going back to the wall? Alright. Well, at least it's working, even if it's not rousing. Well, we could really use you on the wall. Oh, no, 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 I will not fight. Oh. Wonderful. Well, I told you it wasn't exactly rousing. Stand up! Bring up your courage! It is time to face the foe! No, I said it's time to face your foe, not to despair. Oh, boy. We few! We happy few! Alright. Well, that worked. Bring up your courage! Bring up your strength! It is time to fight the finest arrower! You will not die for me? Well, what about for your city? It is time to bring up your courage. It is time to stand up straight. It is time to... Thank you. Be bold in the face of danger. You are men of Gondor. Okay, we are cowards of Gondor then. Fine. Take back up your weapons. It is time. We must stand tall if we are to win this war. Thank you. Alright, yeah. Any more around here? Oh. There's one I must have missed. Yes! It is time to go! It is time to fight! It is time to stop the enemy! And no, not that way! Wait, every time I talk to one of these, more come frightening running in. Hello? Are you okay? You think you could go back to battle? Well, you'll die alright if you don't fight. In a worse way, probably. Did you hear that? Do you want to be branded a coward forever on end? Do you want to disappoint your men? Thank you. Alright. Be prepared! Be prepared to fight! Be prepared, be bold, be... This is no victory, but I will stand all the same. Alright. Oh, goodness gracious. Whew. That took forever. Now. Here's a stairway, and... Yay, it looks like someone is standing. Yay. Right, well, that's all I could convince.
I will fight until the last of my courage is spent.
You did very well, my friend. I too will fight until the last of my courage is spent, in order to avenge the sad fate of my friends. Barathat will be avenged, and if it is my part of power to prevent the destruction of Gondor, I will do it. Well, thank goodness. Now, let's see. We need to get up into the 6th circle and see what they want up there. Alright. 6th circle, finally. Rathon, what do you need?
Fire threatens to spread throughout the city.
The armies of Mordor have catapulted flaming stones into the city, and the fires threaten to spread. My men have set water buckets on each level, but they are simply not enough to go around. If you can help to put the blazes out before they spread, you would be doing the city a great service. Quickly, Pineleaf! Start here in the 6th circle and use one of the water buckets to put out the flaming stones, and then work your way down the city, level by level. There will be water buckets near the ramps down to each circle, but they may not be enough near the fires. Unless you hurry. Go with my blessing, friend. We cannot fight both the fires and our foes at the same time. We must control the blazes before the enemy gets into the city. Wonderful. Alright, and... Alright, there's a bucket. Better... where is the nearest... Is there any fires around here? Okay, yeah, there's a bucket there. Well, let me make sure that the people at the Dome of the Stars don't need me. Wait, that's the... Ooh, that's the way to the Citadel. Eee. Well, that's troublesome. Alright. I'll note where that's at. Yes, this is the way to the Dome of the Sun. Dome of the Stars is in Osgiliath. I better hurry up. And get ready to put out some fires. Any fires around here? Nope. Alright, let's speak to these people. Oh, see if it's more urgent than the fires. They probably think it is. Hello there, Lamlore?
The withered tree has left us a message.
Wait. The model is besieged also? The siege is well untruly begun, Pineleaf. We must hope that our preparations were enough, and that the gate stands strong. It should hold the enemies outside at bay for some hours, I hope, but it is the enemies within our walls that concern me right now. Look at the model of the city on the table, and the scroll that now decorates it. The message is the work of the withered tree. The end has come. That may be so, but I am going to ensure that the withered tree reaches its end before we do. Some members of this group gained access to the Dome of the Sun and committed this act while we were busy elsewhere. Alright. That's why. I am the captain of tidings, and I sent forth errand riders throughout the city and to other parts of Gondor, but that is not my only title. I am also the spy master in Minas Tirith, and I know how a group like the Withered Tree operates. They must have gained some of the passwords of the upper circles of the city. Herein must change the passwords, Pineleaf. We have not used the current set for as long as usual, but in time of war, 3 hours may seem like days. Ask him for new passwords and give them to the guards of the gates in the upper circles. Then find members of the Wizard Tree in the lower circles and make them cease their hateful whisperings. I will meet you in the first circle when you have proved successful. Well, the Wizard Tree might be causing some of the fires. Actually, that can be as important. Alright, 2 urgent matters at the same time, and we need to speak to Huron. Alright, what do you need?
We must change the lesser passwords. It is time.
I have already written a new set of passwords to the gates of the upper circles of the city. Show them to the guards, and then destroy this parchment. Perhaps that will hinder the movement of the Wizard Tree into the upper levels. After the passwords have been set, Lamlore wants you to find members of the Wizard Tree urging descent in the lower circles. If you will be able to recognize them, I suppose. They have become more brazen in recent days, and now that the siege has begun, I suppose there is nothing more to lose. They will be obvious to you now, Pineleaf. Go in haste, and remain loyal to the Council and the Steward. Alright then. Let's go in. 2 urgent matters, both needing to be done. And we must somehow do this in order to survive this siege. Buckets or passwords? Quite a quandary. Quite a quandary. Thank you everyone for watching this episode of Pineleaf in Gondor, where we explore this ancient kingdom of Middle-earth. And this is Pineleaf Noodles reminding you to quest responsibly.